blustery Kirkcaldy for Scottish Cup 5th round action. Raith Rovers at home this afternoon to Motherwell. Traffic, as you can hear in the background, beginning to build up ahead of this one, currently around 2 hours before kick-off. Two teams in contrasting form, two teams having contrasting seasons really. Raith Rovers unbeaten looking to go unbeaten in 12 with a win here today in all competitions. Motherwell's league form, however, has them having not won a game since Halloween, so it's a big game for both sides in terms of confidence. Raith Rovers have been through the SPFL Trust Trophy final this week as well and can build on the financial gains with a win here and a potential big tie in the next round, and who knows if the draw is kind to them, potentially a trip to Hampden. Whereas Motherwell trying to really stave off the threat of relegation and need a win here with fan anger beginning to build in the stand. So we're going to take you behind the scenes to speak to a few people in the Raith Rovers camp, a few people in the Motherwell camp, as well as some fans of both clubs. So stay tuned. We'll start in the home corner with Raith Rovers, who, as we mentioned, have booked their place in the SPFL Trust Trophy final this week. We've been speaking to people behind the scenes here to get a feel of what it's been like in what's described as a turbulent year for the club. The signing of David Goodwillie in last season's championship term brought widespread controversy to the door of the club, but they are now rebuilding their fans and expect a massive attendance in here at Starks Park today. And we've been speaking to the chairman to find out all about what's been going on at Starks Park in the build-up to this game and in the last year in Ian Murray's first season in charge.
Obviously a very difficult start for Ian with bringing in 2 or 3 new players, and you know, just the new manager and new environment, just taking a wee bit of time to settle down. But I think he's certainly this last probably 10-11 games have started to get there. Yeah, we'd have liked probably some of the draws that we've had turned into wins, but we've got a good team spirit. We could see the difference in the squad, and with winning the semi-final there against Dundee gave us a huge boost. And so we're obviously today looking very forward to challenging Motherwell and hopefully get us into the quarter-finals.
Speaking of the gaffer, we were invited into his sanctum before the game to get his thoughts on what it will take to beat Mull and what it would perhaps mean to the club and what has been a pretty troubling year or so for Raith.
Obviously it was fractured in the summer, we know that, it's been well documented, so we don't need to go into it too much. It's all about repairing it. Nights like Wednesday certainly help that, be it the fans that were at the game and the fans that couldn't make it. Because they see the effort and the commitment that the players are putting in and how well they're striving to do for the football club. And again, by the attendance and the ticket sales today show that the fans are out there, there's no question about that. If we can gain a couple of hundred with today's performance and result, then brilliant, because it's another little bridge built with that again. But the players are focusing on the football, and that's what they're here to do. What happens off the pitch to a certain extent is not really their business, and it's not really something that should concern them. We need them fully focused. We need the fans behind them, which will help the football club. Well, this is an opportunity financially for the football club to make some money, especially if you get through this round and the next one, because that's when the serious business starts. There is teams, there's ties there that, you know, someone's got to go through in them, and if we go through, we'd hope to draw them or a big game at Ibrox or Parkhead to test ourselves against the very best clubs in Scotland. And I said it yesterday in our own media in the house that, no disrespect to anybody that's been winning cups, but it's a one-off tie. You can get there with the right draw, and if we can get ourselves in the quarter-final, then it's a huge feather in our cap.
The Motherwell camp, well, it's not been quite as happy. Fans put up a banner last week at Fir Park urging the side to show some passion for the badge on the shirt that they support. They are here in their numbers today, expecting a big performance from a side who have not won a game in the league since before Halloween. Their one win in that time coming in this competition away to Arbroath, and they will have designs on advancing into the last 8 of this competition, but there is much uncertainty at Fir Park amid a relegation battle, plus the news that long-serving CEO Alan Burrows is going to be leaving the club for Aberdeen. So plenty of questions. I want an answer from the fans, and here's their thoughts on the predicament at Fir Park ahead of the game. Stephen, how have you found supporting Motherwell this season? Tough?
Been difficult. I mean, I can think of two good performances really. Away at Pittodrie against Aberdeen and at home at Hearts, and we can beat 3-0 somehow. But listen, this is a team that's been on the decline for about a year now. But I'm hopeful that if we get a result today, things maybe start to turn. I think the team needs confidence.
Is it pretty worrying time in the fan base? You obviously had the banner outside Fir Park last week and things like that. Are fans concerned about perhaps where the club's heading long term?
3 home wins since Boxing Day 2021 in the week. I think that tells you all you need to know really. That if you're not picking up points at home, it's more tough away. So that's what needs to change. The home form needs to change, and if it doesn't, I think we can find ourselves in the Championship.
I don't think fans particularly want to see a club legend like Stevie Hamill go, but is there a feeling that he perhaps needs a bit more support and things like that to get the job done here?
I think if we can turn that around in the next couple of weeks, get through this season and stay up, and then hopefully we can build next season. But I'd like to see him bring a wee bit of experience in. I don't think he's got enough experience there to kind of help him. So I would like to see that change in the summer.
How big are the cups then for Motherwell this season in terms of just lifting the fans a bit?
I made a bucket list 5 years ago. A lot of it was in my control, but there was one thing that wasn't, and that was to see Motherwell win a cup. So that just shows you how much it means. And you see, years ago when we got to the 2 finals, the town comes out, know what I mean? The fans come out. So it's something that can galvanise the fans, and hopefully we can get it done today and get it victory.
And staying up as well, are you hopeful?
Not hopeful just now, no. Not hopeful at all as I sit here, but hopefully if I speak to you again in a few weeks, I'll be saying something different.
Individually, collectively, no good enough. I'm not in a position to say anything about anybody else if we're not performing like that, so responsibility's on us as players. We give away terrible goals at terrible times. I'm just gutted, embarrassed, really disappointed. Desperate to win the game, absolutely desperate, but just not good enough. Just absolutely not good enough. And I know people say, "Oh, talk now" or whatever, but it's not good enough. Like, not good enough, and that's just what it is. We're letting them down so bad, so bad. We know that. We're aware of that. Absolutely, we're aware of that. We don't like to lose games. We absolutely hate losing games. I think we go up the road and think we're absolutely devastated losing games. We've got family here. Our family come here and watch us every week. We go home to our family if came and watched us getting beat. We don't want that. It's just gutting. I'm just absolutely gutted. But there's no. We just need to go again. We've got St Mirren on Wednesday night, and they're not going to hang about and feel sorry for us. So we need to go again. We need to go again and try our best. Try and get the confidence back somehow. the supporters have got no right to come out here in the numbers that they did. Absolutely no right. They've got no right to come out on Wednesday night and support us, but they probably will, because that's how good they've been for us. But we need them now more than ever. Honestly, we need them now more than ever. The boys are gutted, honestly, the boys are devastated. I feel as though we've let the club down, we've let the manager down, and most of all let the supporters down.
Yeah, crazy, yeah. I signed yesterday night, came this morning, had the debut, scored a goal. Amazing feeling.
Doesn't get much better than that.
No, definitely not.
Did you expect to play any of the minutes today?
The gaffer spoke with me yesterday. He told me, look, you come in tomorrow, you go in the bench, and I will try to put you a couple of minutes. So,
When did you first meet your teammates?
today in the dressing room.
2 hours before?
Yeah. But they were amazing. It's an amazing group, I think. Everybody was nice, welcoming. So I'm very happy.
Well, we've arrived back home from Kirkcaldy and thought we were signed off for the day. Obviously not. Motherwell have announced that Stephen Hamill and Brian Kerr have both left the club following the end of Raith Rovers 3, Motherwell 1. Brought you the news that they'd sort of ghosted press duties, and the reason obviously for that has come to light. A really sad end for a club legend, somebody who Liam Kelly described himself as Mr. Motherwell. And the players have got a lot of responding to do this week. 2 huge home games in the Premiership against St Mirren and Hearts, and they've only won once there this season. There would be a pretty good time to get that second win. They look pretty devoid of confidence out there today at Starks Park. A great day for Raith Rovers, but big questions now lie over Motherwell. No manager, soon to be no chief executive. There's a lot of questions need to be asked, a lot of big appointments needing made as well over the coming days and weeks, and it'll be interesting to see who they go for now. Do they go for an inexperienced rookie again like Hamill, or do they go for an experienced hand to try and salvage their Premiership status? But I think that is us now done for the day. Follow Record Sport for all your latest news on the world of Scottish football.